Live from Brazil, TalkSport, Mark Saggett.
There are 8 ambassadors already on stage, alongside the FIFA General Secretary, Jerome Valcke. Well, Jerome Valcke is now just taking people through how he's going to conduct the tour.
Let me explain now.
Let me just introduce you to, while he is doing that, to his 8 ambassadors. So Geoff Hurst, hat-trick hero of 1966. Mario Kempes, Argentina 98. You remember 2 goals in the final. Fabio Cannavaro, FIFA World Cup captain in that Italian winning side in 2006. Matthias Matthäus, 5 World Cups and a winner in 1990 with Germany. Zinedine Zidane, France 98, just one of the great midfielders of all time. Fernando Hierro, 4 World Cups with Spain and one of the great defenders of all time. Cafu, the only man to play in 3 finals, 2 of those and Alcides Giagio, the man who scored the goal against Brazil in the Maracanã in 1950.
From Africa, Algeria.
What's going to happen with this draw to start with is we're going to start with drawing one of these 9 European sides,
Chile and Ecuador,
who, because of the way the draw is made out at the moment, they decided not on rankings or on seedings, but to keep it geographical. So one from pot 4 needs to move to pot 2. It could be France, it could be Greece, Bosnia-Herzegovina, it could be Croatia, England, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, and Russia. So Geoff Hurst is the man who's actually going to have to draw from pot 4 the ball that will then be moved to another pot, pot 2. What is then is going to happen is that we then have a wait just a little while
which I will explain to
pot
you.
1 groups are drawn. Let's just hear a little bit now what he's saying to us.
The first principle is the principle of geographic separation. We cannot have teams from the same qualification zone drawn into the same group. As we have 13 teams from Europe and only 8 groups, we must make an exception. In this case, we will have no more than 2 European teams drawn into any one group. Secondly, we must follow a specific order. We will draw the team pots 1 by 1 until they are empty. We will begin with pot 1 and finish with pot 4.
So once a team is drawn, what do we do with them?
As the teams are drawn from each pot, they will fill the group from A to H. The only exception which may be made in such groups may be skipped in order to maintain our principle of geographic separation.
Sorry, but that sounds tricky. Parece uma pegadinha, gente.
Nothing tricky about this one.
But we have to be careful. But also because we need to determine the position of the team. You see, the seeded teams in pot 1 will be assigned in the first position of the 8 groups. Brazil, as host, will be in group A1. That's very clear. The non-seeded teams from pots 2, 3, and 4 will have their positions drawn by Alcides, if it's the group A and B, Fernando for C and D, Lothar for ES, and Mario for G and H.
Okay, I'm with you so far, but just one last question for now. In order to have a smooth flow to the draw, shouldn't we start out with the same number of teams in each pot?
Yes, that's true. I see that you are following very well.
The way that they're organising us towards to Geoff Hurst and this group of 9 European teams, where one has got to move from pot 4 to pot 2. Then we will be looking at pot X, which is going to include 4 seeded South American sides.
Placing it into pot 2, so we may start with 8 balls in each pot. Ladies and gentlemen, the draw is about to begin now. So Jess, may I ask you to stir the balls, to draw one of these 9 balls and to add this ball into the pot 2.
It's not going to open it. We're still not going to know which of these 9 sides, including England,
so now we have the
is going to be. But that ball now has gone into pot 2.
Pot, and we can start.
So we have an equal number of balls in each draw.
With you, Cafu, and with a red ball, Brazil.
How we're going to start now is the Brazilian ball that's going to be taken out. It's a different colour in pot 1 because we already know as hosts they're going into Group A. 5 times champions Brazil, and they will go in the number 1 spot. They have 3 games in Sao Paulo, in Fortaleza, and in Brasilia.
Next one.
Who is going to be
We have Spain, Germany,
in Group
Argentina,
C?
Colombia, Belgium, Uruguay, and Switzerland. Next poll.
These are all the
Group
seeds.
D.
And this is really where the draw starts in earnest, where we, for the first time at this draw, find out one of the names that we know nothing about. Who is going to be the leaders in Group B? It is the world champion Spain who are going to be B1. They'll play in Salvador, in the Maracanã, and in Curitiba.
For the Group C.
We've already seen Vincenzo Del Bosco bring back that gold World Cup. Now for Group C, who is going to lead that group? The word at the moment, while Jerome opens
Colombia.
the world. It's going to be Colombia. They are 4 seeds, and Colombia will play Belo Horizonte, Brasilia, and Cuba. Great defence, and their coach Jose Beckerman thinks they've got a chance in this their 5th World Cup. Who's going to be in Group D as the leaders there? Still 4 seeds, 5 seeds still to come out.
Uruguay.
It's to be Uruguay, who eventually got through, and they will be in Group D1. They will start their campaign in Fortaleza,
Germany,
and in 1950, remember, they beat the great Brazilian side. Luis Suarez scored 11 goals for them in qualification. Who's next in Group E to top the group? It's Switzerland, perhaps one of the surprising seeds, seeded 7th, even above the Dutch, and they are E1. They will start in Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, at their 10th World Cup. The quarterfinals, the best they've ever managed in 34, 38, and 58. Who is going to lead Group F now? Just 3 left. Belgium, Argentina, or Germany?
Argentina.
It is Argentina, perhaps the nemesis for the great Brazilian side. They will start in Rio at the Maracanã.
Teams.
Messi and Higuain, firepower with 19 goals together in qualification already. Is it Belgium or Germany to come out next in Group G? We wait now.
Germany.
It is Germany, 3 times winners, 7 finals in this their 18th World Cup. And their first game in Salvador will be the 100th World Cup game for them, which is a record and a first for any nation at the World
Germany
Cup.
will play their 100th games when they will play their first game here in Brazil.
And finally, we know that in Group H, it is Belgium that is left. Their first World Cup since 2002. Eden Hazard, Lukaku and company we know so well. 5th seeded. Mark Wilmots reckons he's got a good enough side to go well. They start in Belo Horizonte, onto Rio and the Maracanã, and they play in Sao Paulo. And Group H is the group that everybody was hoping to get hold
Okay,
of.
just hold on before we go to part 2. What about part X?
You're listening to Talk Sport here, and the draw for the 2014 FIFA World Cup Brazil. Now, before we go any further, X marks the spot. We now have to decide who is going to be the side that plays against the European side that has gone into pot 2, which we're also going to discover very shortly indeed. This is just a special part of the draw that they had to do because they want to keep things geographical. There were 9 non-seeded European teams, which meant that we had to change. There are 4 seeds, of course, of these South American teams already in the groups. Brazil in Group A, Spain in Group B, Switzerland in Group E, Germany in Group G, and Belgium in Group H. Don't have to worry about that. And this is Zinedine Zidane, who will slur that hot X now. He will bring the ball forward. This is one of 4 South American sides: Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, or Uruguay. Which one is it? This is a really big moment for England. It is Uruguay. It is Group D. So Group D and Uruguay will include
team, which is
one European side. It has been moved from 4 to 2. And who is it that will play Uruguay at some stage? It is Italy. Italy other side, which means that England remain in the final pot with the other 7 sides. But it is Italy that were drawn out. We still wait to find out where it is Italy will be placed in this group. There's no more seedings here. Are they going to be 2nd in Group D, 3rd or 4th?
D4.
It is D4, so they will start up the Amazon in Manaus. The Italians go to the Amazon, and their first game will be against the side who will be D3, not Uruguay. Well, now we're getting into the draw proper.
And 2 South American teams. Again, the South American team cannot go into a group with another South American team.
Talk Sport
Chile.
and the World Cup. Chile is the first one now
Chile
to
goes
draw.
directly into Group B with Spain.
The reason that Chile goes into Group B because of what's happened at the moment with the seeding. So it is Chile in Group B.
Por favor.
In 2010, two teams which were already together.
B3.
B3 for Chile. So they won't start their campaign against Spain, but they will start in Cuiba. And they will play the fourth side in Group B. It goes on thick and furious and fast now, this particular draw. But with this top two, Algeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and Ecuador. It is Cameroon that go to play in Group A against Brazil. Cameroon, Roger Milla will remember him and he's dancing around the corner flag so far ago. 7th World Cup for Cameroon. Samuel Eto'o leads their line this time. Volker Finke is their German coach. And they are in A4, so they won't start against Brazil and the hosts, but they will start in Natal on the 13th of June, the second day of the World Cup finals. The next African or South American for is Ecuador. Third World Cup for Ecuador this time. Coach Ronaldo Rivera, he's a Colombian. They lost to England, you'll remember, 1-0 back in 2006. And we now find out which position Ecuador will go into.
B2.
Switzerland, Ecuador, the opening game of
B2. So they go in alongside Switzerland, as you heard. They will play in Brasilia on the 15th of June.
There's no more clash.
4 more sides. So this is the next group now. Then it's Group C. Which team goes into Group C to take on Colombia?
Côte d'Ivoire.
It's the Ivory Coast. Difficult that for Colombia. They will start in Belo Horizonte in Group C against Colombia. You're listening to Talk Sport. Didier Drogba will be playing in Belo Horizonte. It's their third consecutive World Cup. They have a French coach these days in Sabri Lamouchi.
3 for Côte d'Ivoire.
So they go to D3.
Ghana, Nigeria. Algeria.
Now, who's going to be next? This one is in Group D, alongside Uruguay and Italy. And it's Nigeria. Many people thought of the best African side at this World Cup, the 5th World Cup, the Super Eagles.
The same as
actually go into Group A with
Argentina, Nigeria.
We'll find out which position that they have in Group there. So it's
F4.
at the moment. F4, so they're down at the bottom. And in F4 for Nigeria, they will play in Curitiba, Cuiabá, and Porto Alegre. They've got their first ever African coach, Stephen Keshi, and their 5th World Cup.
Ghana, the Blue Stars.
Ghana are the next side to come out, and they go to Group G with Germany. We will find out exactly where. It's their third consecutive World Cup. The impressive in qualifying, he got 18 goals in just 6 games from Asamoah Gyan and his teammates. D3, they will start in Natal
And the last one
on the 16th of June. So already the draw is beginning to take shape here on Talk Sport. This is for Group H. Belgium are the leaders and Algeria are the side that will go in alongside Belgium. So the group that everybody wanted to be in because of where it's played in Belo Horizonte, Porto Alegre, Curitiba and Rio. 4th World Cup for Algeria. Which position in the group are they going to be in? And it is H2. So Belgium will start their campaign against Algeria in Belo Horizonte on the 17th of June. So we're at the half-time stage at this moment. And Brazil and Cameroon, Spain and Chile, and Colombia, Ivory Coast, Uruguay and Italy in the first 4 groups. Then it's Switzerland, Ecuador, it's Argentina, Nigeria, it's Germany, Ghana, and it's Belgium against Algeria. Now we go into the North Central American and Caribbean groups along with Oceania. And it will be Group A first of all. Brazil and Cameroon and Mexico join Brazil and Cameroon. Not just twice in 10 qualifiers, Mexico. They only got there because the USA conceded 2 goals to Panama in their last game.
8-3.
No,
8-3.
Mexico will play Cameroon.
Mexico against Cameroon, as you heard, they're only there because the Americans conceded those very late goals.
Mexico will
And
qualified for the playoff.
Panama, they conceded those goals.
So there's
Mexico that will play Cameroon, and they will start in
and Chile, Australia.
It's Australia have come out next, and Spain and Chile and Australia. In which position? Will it be a Spain-Australia start in Group B? Find out exactly what's going to happen here. Oh, and the right winger who scored a great goal for Uruguay against Brazil threw the ball at our hostess, but she's managed to retrieve it.
B4.
And it's B4, so it'll be Chile against Australia in Cuiabá on the 13th of June. Group C, Colombia and the Ivory Coast. Will it be Costa Rica? Will it be Honduras? Or the USA? Or Japan? Iran? Or even the Korean Republic of South Korea? It is Japan, 4th World Cup for them, round 16 at their very best. And Shigami Okazaki has scored 8 goals for them. Alberto Zaccarini, the Italian coach of the Japanese side. And where in Group C will they be placed? Japan will be with C4. They will start against the Ivory Coast in Group C. They will play in Recife on the 14th of June. Not, of course, got to the Europeans yet, but that's the last group and the last pot to be sorted of pot 4. Still in pot 3 at the moment. Who is the next? Costa Rica, 4th World Cup for Brian Ruiz for the first time with coach Jorge Diaz Pinto. Costa Rica go into the Group C. What position will they take up against Uruguay and Italy? And it's D2. They will start against Uruguay in Fortaleza. That will take place on the 14th. And the second game between Italy and whoever will be on the 15th of June. So there's Honduras left. There's USA, there's the Korean Republic. It is Honduras. And Honduras with their side and their 3rd World Cup. Now wait to see who they will be playing in Group D. In fact, they'll have to wait because already Switzerland play Ecuador in their first game, and they go into the 4th position in Group E. They know that they will start in Porto Alegre, but they do not know who they will be playing on the 15th of June just yet. Who plays Argentina and Nigeria in Group F? That's where Iran. It's Iran. It's Iran in their 4th World Cup with 8 goals in 8 qualifying matches. They've only conceded twice in 720 minutes. And of course we know their coach, former Manchester United assistant, the Portuguese Carlos Queiroz. And Iran will be in the positioning of playing Nigeria or Argentina. F3, they take on Nigeria in their first game in Curitiba on the 16th of June.
USA.
So there are 2 sides left, USA or the South Korean side. Who will they be up against first, Germany or Ghana? It is the USA who will join Germany and Ghana in a really tough group. But who are they going to be up against in their 10th World Cup? Jürgen Klinsmann, the coach. This is TalkSport. This is where the drama begins. We're getting ever closer to that European group and to England. The USA will play Ghana to start with. It will take place in Natal, and it will take place on the 16th of June. Don't forget, all the games live on TalkSport right the way through the World Cup here in Brazil next summer. The Korean Republic are up against Belgium and Algeria. Belgium play Algeria already in Group H, so we don't know who they will play just yet. It'll be a European side, we know that in their first game for South Korea, but are they going to be in the 3rd position or the 4th position, which means whether they will at some stage be playing in Rio or in Sao Paulo. In fact, they will be playing in Sao Paulo, their final game, because the Korean Republic will start in Cuiabá and then play in Porto Alegre, their first match on the 17th of June. Here we go, boys. We've waited a long time for this. It's the 5th World Cup for England consecutively. Who are Roy Hodgson and Stephen Gerrard and Wayne Rooney going to get? You're hearing and listening on Talk Sport. Let's continue with this final part of the draw. This is the vital part now, which, remember, Italy were the ninth side to come out. They're already in Group D. Which side comes out first of pot 4? It's a moment as Jerome Valcke takes his time. It is Croatia who qualified through the playoffs. Eduardo and Mandzukic, which Niko Kovac. So it is Croatia who move into Group A. They will play Brazil.
A2.
There we are, just confirmation of that. It is Brazil against Croatia in Sao Paulo on the 12th of June, a match you will hear live on Talk Sport to open the 2014 FIFA 20th World Cup in Brazil. Who's next? Now this could be anybody. It's Holland against Spain. It's Holland against Spain. It's Holland against Spain with Chile and Australia. Holland against Spain. You'll remember that 4 years ago when the Dutch just turned up to kick Spain everywhere. It didn't work. Louis van Gaal will have to have different tactics this time around with Robin van Persie, who got 11 goals in qualifying. Runners up 3 times Spain, 74, 78 and 2010. Salvador on the 13th of June for Spain against Netherlands and Chile against Australia. What a group. Who's coming up next? This is getting really nervous. Are England going to be last? Who knows? Come on, Jeff. So Jeff Hurst hands the ball to Jerome Valcke once more. And Ivory Coast, Japan, and Colombia. It's Greece. It's Greece in Group C. Colombia, Ivory Coast and Japan. You'd think that Ivory Coast and Colombia will have a great chance in that group. Belo Horizonte against Colombia on the 14th of June starts it for Greece. Fernando Santos is their Portuguese coach in their 3rd World Cup. And they've only ever won 1 game in a World Cup. That was against Nigeria back in South Africa. Group A, Brazil, Croatia, Mexico, Cameroon. Group B, Spain, Netherlands, Chile, Australia. Group C, Colombia, Greece, Ivory Coast, Japan. We're on to Group D, Uruguay, Costa Rica, Italy, and who? Who is it going to be? Jeff Hurst. So Jeff Hurst once more walks forward with that ball from pot 4 and gives it to the FIFA General Secretary. He takes his time. He knows, of course, it will be a lineup in a European game. In Manaus, we don't want England. It's England. England have got to go up the Amazon and take on Italy in their first game in Manaus. They're going to be playing in Manaus, Sao Paulo and Belo Horizonte. It is a nightmare for England. It is going to be on the 15th of June. It really is a problem. The 15th of June starts it for England. There's the confirmation. Oh dear. Manaus on the 15th, Sao Paulo on the 20th, and Belo Horizonte on the 24th. Uruguay, Costa Rica, England and Italy.
Again,
Bosnia, Portugal and Russia still to come. Did you believe that? England are up the Amazon.
with Switzerland, Ecuador.
We've got to carry on up the Amazon. I cannot believe it, FIFA. But there we are. That's it. France are in Group D. Switzerland, Ecuador, Honduras, and France. France then have got a good draw, no doubt about that. They'll start against Honduras in Porto Alegre. It'll be about -1 or -2 down there, no problem with the heat. They play Salvador and Rio as well. They're playing the Maracanã in their third group game, and that will be against Ecuador.
And Nigeria.
So there are just 3 sides left. In Group F, it's Argentina, Iran and Nigeria. Listen on Talk Sport as Sir Jeff Hurst once more gets that ball from pot 4. Will it be Bosnia-Herzegovina? Will it be Portugal? Or will it be Russia in Group F? Argentina awaits in the first game in Rio. It's Bosnia and Herzegovina in their first finals with Edin Dzeko and the team and coach Nadin Sucic playing their first ever World Cup final game in Rio in the Maracanã on the 15th of June. What a start for Bosnia and Herzegovina up against Argentina and later against Iran in Curitiba and Nigeria too. So it's just Group G and Group H to come. Germany, Ghana and the USA. Will it be Portugal or will it be Russia who are alongside them? So Jeff comes forward. If you're just joining us on TalkSport, England start in Manaus in the Amazon against Italy. They're also up against Costa Rica and Uruguay. Jerome Falca gets the second from last ball. Is it Portugal or Russia in Group G? It's Portugal against Germany. It's Portugal against Germany in Salvador on the 16th of June. They will then go on to Manaus themselves to play their second game on the 22nd, and then they will be in Brasilia. So Portugal too has to play like the USA, like England, like Italy in the Amazon. And it's Belgium, Algeria, the South Korea and Russia in Group H. And the confirmation of the position will be position 3. While this is happening, let me go through these groups for you. Group A, Brazil start against Croatia in Sao Paulo on the 12th of June. Mexico start their campaign against the Cameroon. Group B, it's Spain in Salvador against the Dutch. It's Chile against Australia in Cuiabá. In Group C, it's Colombia against Greece. It's Ivory Coast and Japan. In Group D, it's England's Group D. It starts on the 14th of June with Uruguay against Costa Rica in Fortaleza. And then on the 15th of June, it is England against Italy in the Amazon region, in the hottest region, in temperatures up to 30 degrees possibly, in Manaus. They then move to Sao Paulo for their second game against Uruguay, and then they take on Costa Rica in Belo Horizonte. It's Manaus, Sao Paulo, Belo Horizonte for England. They might even think about the possibility of changing their whole base after this, but we will wait and see. In Group E, it's Switzerland, it's Ecuador, it's France, it's Honduras. The group gets underway in Brasilia on the 15th of June with Switzerland against Ecuador, and in Porto Alegre with France against Honduras. In Group F, it's Argentina against Bosnia. Bosnia in their first finals at the Maracanã on the 15th. On the 16th, it'll be Iran against Nigeria. Argentina have a good group, and so too do Nigeria. Group G, Germany against Portugal in Salvador on the 16th, and then Ghana against the USA on the 7th, also on the 16th in Natal. And Group H finally, Belgium, Algeria, Russia, Korea Republic. Group H, Belgium against Algeria. That is it. That is the World Cup draw live from Bahia here on TalkSport.